Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Movie House. And today we're going to talk to you about a little movie from 1984 called Ghostbusters.
Yay!
Yay! In case you don't recall, it stars Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, cast of others.
Susan Sarandon. Well, not Susan Sarandon. No, not Susan Sarandon. Sigourney Weaver. Sorry, Susan and Sigourney.
And many, many others. It's a story of a bunch of psychologists and parapsychologists who get thrown out of their college and have to start a business.
Doing paranormal activity.
Right. So, if you haven't seen it...
Oh, we highly recommend it. It's a fun movie. I remember I was probably 19 or 20 when it came out and went with some friends, and it was one of the funnest movies. Such a good time. And what I always think is interesting, it has a wonderful soundtrack, which is great while you're watching the movie, but on its own is not that wonderful.
Right. But the movie, we recently reviewed it, watched it again, and we enjoyed it again. It's one of those movies that seems to hold up pretty well. The gadgets they use are still pretty futuristic.
And the special effects are really good.
Special effects are still pretty good. And it's a really unique story. Dan Aykroyd, I read, his family was involved in paranormal stuff. He had all kinds of, a lot of the books he references in the movie are actual books that his family had about spooks and events and things that were unexplainable. And he just weaved all that stuff into this story of ghosts coming back to haunt New York City.
And Bill Murray in this movie, a lot of his work is ad lib. He just went with it. So it's really great how organic an actor he is, and it really shows in Ghostbusters and made it even more fun.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw it as a 19-year-old in the theater. I didn't really care for Bill Murray's performance that much. I thought it was a lot of showboating and upstaging, but people loved it. Thought it was the best thing ever. He became a huge star from it, and all these years later, now I'm used to it, so it doesn't bother me. But I really didn't like it the first time I saw the movie. And
of course, the iconic song Ghostbusters, which there's a huge court case that was involved for years and years, I believe, but that is still one of the funnest, catchiest tunes that everybody knows.
That's
Who you
right.
going to call? Ghostbusters!
That's right.
Ray Parker Jr.
Ray Parker Jr. That was a big video on MTV, if you remember MTV. So, if you haven't seen Ghostbusters, you owe it to yourself to see it. It was one of the biggest hits of the 80s decade.
Yes.
And I think it's influenced a lot of movies that have come since, and it's a lot of fun. There's one scene I don't really care for where Dan Aykroyd is dreaming.
Yeah.
And I was shocked the first time I saw it that it was in a PG movie. I'm still shocked every time I see it. I forget it's in there.
Warning.
Yeah. So that scene is not for kids, and there is some cussing, I think, but overall, it's a really good story, well executed, a lot of laughs and surprises. So,
and as like most movies, the sequel is not anywhere near to the original. No. And unfortunately, they did try recently to make a Ghostbusters an all-female cast, and that bombed horribly. And I hear that either they're going to make a Ghostbusters 3 with most of the original cast, or they're going to try to redo it with a whole new cast, but men again. And I don't know. Again, you got a classic, you got a fantastic original. I don't see how you can really top it.
Yeah, there's a new Ghostbusters. I think it's already been shot. They're putting it together if they can, still during this Wuhan virus period. But stars Paul Rudd, Bill Murray's
great.
Coming back, Dan Aykroyd's coming back, and it's about their kids or grandkids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a true sequel, from what I've read. And who knows if it's going to be any good. It's got the kid from Stranger Things in it. The one who is boyfriends with Eleven.
Michael?
Whatever
Mike?
his name is.
Is that Mike?
Yeah, he's in it. So, if it ever comes out, we'll probably check it at some point. So there you go. Ghostbusters is still a thing, still known, still going around, still being played with in Hollywood. So go back if you haven't. Check out the original. If you have seen the original, watch it again. Okay.
All right.
I guess that's it for us from the Movie House. We'll see you again next time. So
In the
long.
movie house.